Hello YouTube, Earl of Pipes here, and it's a pleasant Thursday evening here in Louisiana. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're spending it with a significant other and not me. But tonight I'm going to do a tobacco review for you on Valentine's Day. Let's get to it. Tonight I'll be reviewing Sutliff's 504C Aromatic English. And it's kind of fitting that we do that on Valentine's Day because one of the reasons you might smoke an aromatic is for the person who's next to you and not for yourself. So maybe this is something you can do, not this Valentine's Day, but next Valentine's Day in consideration of others. Okay, before we dive into the review, one of the things I want to encourage you to do is to go subscribe and hit the bell on a channel called Over a Pipe. Martin there does two wonderful things. One, he does pipe reviews and talks about pipe tobacco and is very educational in his approach and kind of shows you how he does a pipe review. He's got a nice little maybe it's over here in his videos, maybe it's over here, but he's got a nice little whiteboard where he writes kind of down and takes you through his process of reviewing. So if you want to learn how to review a pipe tobacco, he might be a good place to start. But the thing, and the reason why you want to subscribe, and the reason you want to hit the bell, is he tries to help you find rare tobaccos, namely, at least in my experience, the ones I'm interested in, esoterica blends. And so Martin, when he sees esoterica blends hit on websites, he goes live. So he went live on Tuesday evening, letting everybody know that there had been some Margate and Pembroke that had landed on a cigar retailer, a pipe and cigar retailer, online retailer store. And you had the opportunity to pick up a couple of tins of those or an 8-ounce bag if you had that notification bell on. So Martin's got a great channel, and he's also doing a great service to those of us who would like to be able to smoke some esoterica blends. I haven't yet. But maybe don't have the time or the resources to figure out exactly where those blends are. So go over there and subscribe to his channel. Now, let's dive into this 504C Aromatic English by Sutliff. It's a long name, and all the numbers and letters, I don't know what it means, but maybe it was their 504th attempt at at an aromatic English, and the C was, well, we put a lot of Cavendish in it, because that's what I would say this blend is. So it's a ribbon cut. It's somewhat coarse and moist in the bag itself. It's definitely one that you're going to want to give drying time. Actually, after I got my first bowl out of it, I let my first bowl dry for about 10-15 minutes. I went ahead and left mine open so that everything could dry out a little bit better. In the tin itself, or bag, whatever it is, you'll get a very sweet smelling tobacco. So I get hints of molasses, syrup, hints of vanilla and caramel and nougat, all those kind of good sweet flavors you expect out of maybe like a Captain Black or a Lane 1Q. Also get a boozy aroma a little bit. It's not heavy, but I definitely think whatever that flavoring is, it's coming from a liqueur. There's also kind of like this coconut thing going on. And I also get some elements from like a men's cologne. Is that repetitive to say men's cologne? Because aren't all colognes men? Anyway, you know what I mean. But it's a pleasant aroma. And one of the things that I would say about this blend, so going into it, it says Aromatic English. And so when I look at smoking pipes and they tell me the ingredients in this blend, it is burley, black Cavendish, and Latakia. Okay, so maybe that means they've got some unsweetened Cavendish in here. But I struggle to find the Latakia in here at all. There might be some leatheriness in here, and so it's very much whatever the Latakia is in here is very, very light, and so it's much more of a supporting flavor. And so on this token, I would say this is not an English aromatic. This is not a crossover blend. This is an aromatic that has used some Latakia, very little Latakia, to create a complex, interesting, and very good aromatic. But it's not an English. Unless by English you mean it's got Latakia in it, which, you know, anyway, that's another debate, and I know we could debate that for years. So anyway, it's a good coarse cut, maybe a little too coarse on the Cavendish, black Cavendish side for me. But that is the bag note. Now, let's get in to what this tastes like as you smoke it. Number one, it produces a ton of smoke. I attribute that to burley. My burley blends produce a lot of smoke, and I love that about burley blends, especially being a cigar smoker. That was one of the hardest things for me adjusting to pipe smoking, is that pipe smoking did not produce just clouds of smoke. I get no bite with this blend. This is my second bowl of it today. And really second bowl this evening. And it works really well, no bite. And I'd say by and large it delivers on its bag note. Meaning that I get a lot of the sweetness in there. On the sweetness, I get more of the darker side of that sweetness. So less vanilla, more molasses caramel. With a little bit of nuttiness, maybe like hazelnut. But I struggle to find the Latakia. I love Latakia. And I think my palate really likes it, and my nose really likes it. And I don't smell it. In fact, if everything didn't say it had Latakia in it, I would tell you there's no Latakia in that blend. That's how in the background it is. Now, there's a little something there. I'll take that back. That last little puff. There's a little something there, and it really, that little something that it adds, it brings a little bit of kind of leatheriness to it, meaning it's kind of some savory components to the smoke, and so it balances out that sweety nuttiness. And all around makes it a great smoke. So here is my take on it. So I've told you I've been on the search for an aromatic that could introduce a new pipe smoker to. And some of the check marks that I'm looking for is I want it to smell great, have a great room note. I don't want it to bite, and I want it to deliver somewhat on that bag note and be an interesting blend. And I think this hits all of those marks, even though I may dispute that it doesn't, it's not an aromatic English because the Latakia is hardly present. It's still a great blend, and it's a great aromatic. So I wouldn't give this to someone who said they wanted to try Englishes. I also wouldn't give this to someone who said, I love Englishes, but I want a little extra sweetness. That's not this blend either. This is the blend for someone who wants a really good, complex, aromatic smoke. And that's exactly what that is. It's good enough that I'm thinking about buying a pound of it and putting it in a big old jar and just having it there to smoke whenever I want. But for the fact that I won't smoke it very often, because I still love my English blends more than this, and aromatics don't get better with age. But it's a very good blend, one that I probably will smoke a good bit more of and might keep on hand. It's a good blend. So on this Valentine's Day, if you're trying to think of your lover and you would like to give them a pleasant room note, because it is a pleasant room note, 504C English Aromatic by Sutliff is the way to go. So with that, as the Earl of Pipes, I hope you guys have a lovely week and weekend, and I'll see you around. Later.